Hi crafters, this is Crafty Savvy, and I'm here today to share something that I have been kind of thinking about for a little while, and so I'm just going to give it a go today, and hopefully we can do a tutorial on it, and hopefully it'll work out. So the idea kind of came from some old books, and I don't really have any old books to show you, but what I do have are these fake books. These are the ones that you can put stuff inside. And so what I was thinking about was actually the spine of these books. So at one time they used to make books with, they used to glue all the pages together, and then it was kind of flat here, and then they used to curve the spine. And I really like the way that looks. I like the curved spine. And so I was thinking about a way that I can do that on my own journals, because when we make journals, we have a tendency to, keep them flat, which is fine. Or, a lot of time we're just making like soft, squishy journals. So we wouldn't really need anything like this. But sometimes when you're making a hardcover one, this might be a nice alternative thing that you can do just to add some pizzazz to it. Anyway, so it's a curved spine, and then also on this one you can see, I don't know how well you can see, but you've got these little ridges here, and they're raised, so it's kind of bumpy. So they're one here and here, and then two up here. And it's same thing with this. So it's curved, and you got those kind of ridges there. And I don't know, it just seems old and vintage and sort of worldly to me. I don't know. So I like that idea. So I thought I would give it a try and add it to my own journals. So I'll tell you the other reason why I was thinking about it. So here's a journal I'm working on, which I won't go into too much detail. I can't even talk today. Too much detail. Because I hope to show you when I'm done, because this is a gift for someone. But so anyways, here are my signatures, right? And I like to work on them while they're just all loose like this. So then I have my cover that I made, and what I do is I kind of make myself a grid as to where I'm going to hand sew my pages in, so I know. So I have 4 signatures, and I know that they'll be in this order, and they'll be nice and straight and even. So I put all my pages in, and let's just say that's going to be my book. So then I have to decide like how I want to cover this, right? So a lot of time we just put paper over it or whatever. So I thought this might be a good book to try using this sort of rounded spine on, so that, not only will it cover up that, I could cover it with paper, but not only will it cover up that, but I think it'll look nice because it's a hardcover journal. So that's kind of where I was thinking to use it this time. So hopefully I do, and when I do and show you the journal, then we'll go into a little bit more detail about it. So anyhow, so this is what I thought. I made another sort of book cover just so we can work on one. I took an old book cover and I just covered it in some white paper, so it doesn't look that pretty. So probably what you'll need is what I thought of, was a toy. This is a paper towel roll. So all we're going to do is cut the paper towel roll sort of straight up the middle. Just like that. These paper towel rolls are pretty forgiving too, so no worries about, flattening it out or whatever. So flip it over, and then just take our ruler and a No, and just your bone folder, maybe. Or your pencil, whatever. And I'm just going to eyeball it, but from where we just cut it on one edge, you want to go in about 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to eyeball about 1/2 inch, as long as it's straight. And score. And then just the best you can, fold on that score line. It's a little tricky, but and then you can use your bone folder to sort of press it down. So then what you could do is either take your your book, and you can either eyeball it or you can measure, whatever it works for you. So where we made that score line on that fold, just butt it up to your spine of your book. And then a lot of this is just kind of eyeballing, and everybody's books will be different because you'll have different size books and spines and the whole thing. So this is just kind of showing you what you can do. So let's just say that I want that much of a curve, and you can judge how much you want. I don't want too much, so I would probably do something like this. So there's 2 ways you can do it. Right now you could just either make a little crease up there with your fingers, and then you'll know where you want to bend it, or you can measure. I also know that my spine is 1 3/4 wide this way, so I would probably go up to 2 inches to allow for the bend if I was going to measure. But I don't like to measure, so wherever I made that mark, where I was happy with the bend, I'm just going to press down, and I'm just going to fold it. I'm going to press down. I just want to make sure that it's more or less even. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So now what we have is our 1/2 inch here, and then from that score line we just kind of put it onto our binding of our book. And we put the other side on here just to find out how much of a curve we want, and I'm happy with that. We pinched it and we folded it all the way down. And now all we're going to do is we're going to take our ruler again, and from that next fold that we just made, on this side of it, you're just going to go in another 1/2 inch. And score it. So now we have our 1/2 inch, our spine, and another 1/2 inch. So you could just fold on that score line now. You can fold on it, or you don't have to, because we're actually just going to cut it off. So right there. Right? So now we're just going to cut that, because this is all excess we don't need. So just cut up on that fold that you just made. It doesn't have to be pretty either, because it'll probably all get covered up. You get rid of that. So this is what you have now, right? 1/2 inch your spine and 1/2 inch flap there. right? So the next thing that we're going to do is measure the length of your spine, because the paper towel roll is too long. So just put it there. I'll just grab my pencil. Oops. Make a little mark. Get my ruler. I eyeball everything. I hate to measure. I am not good at math. There. So we'll just cut off that extra bit. So now we should have a piece that will fit exactly onto our spine. So the other thing I'm going to do is just taper those little flaps. Like that. Okay. My hands are freezing. Actually, I'll show you something really cool. I get asked about my nails, just totally off topic, right in the middle of a tutorial, but I get asked about my nails, and this is really cool. I don't know, probably you've all seen this before, but this is nail polish that changes colors. And so right now I'm cold and they're purple. Look what happens when I get warm. Isn't that cool? They're pink. See how they change? Anyways, I could look at that all day. I think that's totally cool. Anyways, back to what we were doing. Okay, so what are we going to do next? So at this point, we could do one of two things. What I thought about with to make those ridges was I found some hemp cord here. I don't know, you could find something else or whatever thickness that you like, and you could find where you want to put them. And I probably would use Mod Podge on here, and okay, I've already done this once before, so I could just show you. I Mod Podged it, and I put the hemp cord at one end and here at the other end. I'll explain that to you in a minute. And Mod Podge makes this actually really nice and stiff. So I think that's probably a good thing. So maybe what we'll do is we'll pretend so we don't have to go through all the noise and everything. That this one is this one, okay? So so from here, all I did was take some of that hemp cord. I put Mod Podge on all of this. I put the cord on in the Mod Podge. I cut it. I put more Mod Podge on top, and then I heated the whole heat the whole thing up, and it stuck really well, and it also made this really, really nice and stiff. And I still have a bit of that curve in there. So then I thought, well, what if I put this on my book and I don't want to see that it's hemp cord? So I thought, okay, well, I covered it with a piece of paper, and I used Mod Podge, and I just sort of squished the paper right up to the hemp cord so that you could still feel that lump. And I'm okay with that. That works too, because I'll probably end up covering this whole thing anyways with paper. Well, for sure I will. So, so that's two ways you can do it. Also, this looks a little funky, I know, because I was trying out some different things. So I'm sure you all know that if you put Mod Podge on something and you get too close with your heat gun and heat it up, the Mod Podge bubbles. And when it bubbles, if you leave it and let it cool, you get this kind of cool texture, right? Like a bubbly texture. I don't know how well you can see that. And I thought that was really neat. Well, it's too late for this piece now because I got the paper on here. But I tried putting some distress, and you probably could distress this till like the cows come home really, and it would look really good. I think that I'll probably try that at some point, is Mod Podge it and let it all bubble up, and then use my distress inks to get, you know, that sort of leathery look. And I think that would work quite well. So yeah, so there's a couple of things I just wanted to share there. So just moving on now really quick. This piece has like really had it because I've been working with it for, it's like the third time I tried to make this video. Anyway, I would take my double-sided tape and run it along that 1/2 inch little flap that we made on both sides. And this is just going to help you get it onto the book. Probably you could use wet glue. I'm not too sure. This is like the first time I've tried. It's all trial and error, so I'd hate to make a book and then have the whole thing fall apart, right? So maybe wet glue. Might be best to make it more secure. I'm not too sure. Anyhow, so I got myself a new paper piercer today. Well, I don't know how to use it properly, so somehow I just cannot get under. It takes practice. Okay, so there, I'll take off one side for now. So I'll bring my book back in, and we'll put down the one side. Just match it up. With the crease of your spine on your book, with the crease on your piece here. Press it down. And then do the other side. Why is it that when I watch other people do this, it just seems so easy? Okay, and now, so don't forget that you're trying to keep that, you know, roundness. So make sure that you get the crease of this piece right onto the crease with that piece. Always maintaining that little gap. I'm gonna push it. I'm sorry that this piece looks so terrible, but like I said, I did this a few times already. So there you go. Okay, so it's on there. You may even want to make this a little bit wider so that you know it's stuck down, and then when you put your decorative paper or whatever it is on top, that it's really on there. I would probably even put some more tape on top, you know, just to make sure, because it is still cardboard. And so there you go. I'm sorry, again, it's so ugly, but I don't have a finished one. Like I said, when I finish that other journal, I hope to be able to show you. But there you go. So yeah, now you could, like I said, distress the heck out of this so that it's nice and dark and looks like leather with a Mod Podge that's been bubbled up. Or you can now take decorative paper and cover the whole entire thing. And like I said, just pressing the paper into that string that you got there to maintain that little ledge. You could do whatever you want at this point, but I think that shape kind of gives it a nice vintage look. And like I said, I hope to be able to do that on here once I get my pages all sewn in. And that's it. So I don't know how useful this is, but it's something different. And I'm going to give it a try. I got a couple of things in mind that I'd like to try for the spines. So I'm going to try them both and we'll see how it goes. And that's it. So I hope you guys can get some use out of this and let me know what you think. And that's it. We will talk to you guys all soon, and I hope you're doing well. And take care, guys. We'll talk to you. Bye.